trying BH hardfind settings too, if you haven't noticed. The title says it all. I mean, my name says it all. End of the night. Just trying to play Reyna, you know. Before I make it a half for me, dog. No, he's so low. This kid low, dog. 20. If I killed him, dog, I would have had a mad spaz. Hold up, I need to change some now. No, save the. Oh yeah, save the world's coming free next year. I mean, at the end of the year, which is probably gonna be too late because Fortnite's probably gonna be dead then. If Fortnite's already, if Minecraft's already bigger than Fortnite, then I'm pretty sure it'll be dead. Yeah, exactly. Come look at the cup. Yo, what the fuck? Ring around my pussy. What, my internet? Oh, sick.
So we're already inside that next white circle. We'll have priority on shooting. Everyone else who has to rotate in. Psycho is one of those guys who has a gray AR as well as the legendary hand cannon. So these
Kangana.
Arians over there on the side, or Snort
Psycho on 30
backwards. You have
FPS.
Psychic over there in the bottom right, as well as Technique on the lower half of Psycho. Going to continue to just pour shots into people. Has a pretty good angle and is very well covered, so shouldn't be threatened here. It just kind of wants to wait out until the zone closes. You can see it coming in now.
Oh, someone's in the box!
And that was Keaton, who got taken down. It looks like he was just a box square above, but that's going to give Psycho a ton of math. Shadows, Rip to go, Baller. What more could you want in terms of rotation? That was a gift from above.
That is so unfortunate. I believe the player was edited down, right? It all happened so fast. There's my cousin, LG Prime there, as a fellow Prime. Carry-on's here, or Snorri. He likes to spell his name backwards. That actually got me yesterday. You called it out. You know, I feel like I kind of like this, too, because it makes sense with a capital H at the end.
Yeah, it's the capital that got me, because, like, that used to be a very big thing in a couple of the other competitive games that I played before. Is people, when they would go to, like, major LAN events or even just local ones, would spell their name backwards, and then Centro gets utterly abused. Not going to put that clip on YouTube as Harrians picks that up, and he has a full little shop down there. I mean, he could just be hanging out. You
Let's get 7-5 by the end of the stream.
If you are unfamiliar with Storm Surge, the way it works, if you have not been dealing damage to opposing players, just been super passive, maybe hanging out in a ball, on the low ground, or in a 1-by-1 the whole time, you will be punished. Inactivity is not something that will be granted when there's this many players who are left. It's 10 damage per tick as it comes through, and Harrians again goes to put the traps out. His baller does get eaten by it, but Amiu Okami gets taken down. He's going to be okay with that. Has the Rift as well in case he needs to get out of dodge pool, but there's a player directly behind it. Rift right now. Yep, there you go. Takes him with you, and he's just going to get back into the center zone. You actually saw he pulled 2 other players with him outside the one. They were just in shadow.
Very tough spot right now. 45 effective HP. He's going to have to burn the campfire, but this is going to tell the entire lobby. Lobby, I am in critical condition. Please leave me alone. Let's just play fair here. But look at this. Everyone's scrambling, trying to get themselves to safety. Psychic's already poised himself in a great spot, posted up. Now look up above. We got a bunch of billiards in play. Look at this, though. Harrians. The double launch pad. Now he's going to rotate back. I believe that's probably the smart thing to do. All right, he's just saying, look, I'm just going to keep this one by one over. I'm just going to use this as my defensive tool if need be.
Oh.
Okay, I believe that was a geyser here. Going to just mess with people. Going to send them into the skies. Okay, Harrian's going to get a new position now. And there we go. Top 25 just hit Psychic. Finds Roman is 14. Picks him up, sends him back to the lobby. I mean, look, Harrians has a fantastic loadout. The 8 rockets, the minis, the launch pad, the combat shotgun, the tactical AR. He's ready to just take this lobby by storm.
Yeah, but he needs to find the space to use it, and that's going to be play right there. Gets Rubiza with the direct impact, and then gets SX Beast with the collateral damage, knocking the building and causing the fall. Can he find the connection? He does. Drops that player down. Will it connect for an Elim? No, not going through. Must have been some form to save it, but all of a sudden he's up on the high ground looking down on the rest of the lobby. Harrian's up top. Technique right next to him, goes for the take. Harrian's hits the first combat shot, and now we'll look down to the low ground as you see a number of rifts, and the geyser. 2 rifts go up, geyser go up. Everyone's up in the sky. Cue the circus music as we're about to hit top 15. Who will be the player to drop? Psycho trying to take away the high ground. Instead, opts to edit down and begins his waterfall. 1-2, plays the floor. Instead, drops down and Dankies gets ripped.
Man, that geyser just really caused so much havoc, allowing people to reset when they needed to. We're in top 15. More players are being eliminated. Just look at the spread here. Psycho there needs to get in. He's going to be taken down to the zone. Technique and critical division. Harrion sending rockets up above, just messing with people's builds. And Psychic gets shut down. Psycho, this is huge. And look, he's got the 2 slurps, 2 launch pads, 2 campfires, 3 half shields. You can't really use the half shields. You're not going to be given the 4 seconds. But wishful thinking there. An 80, double 80, 136. Headshot spree, Psycho. This is what you need. Especially Sundown right here. One more player needs to go down. Top 5. Harry Hunts with more rockets. It looks like Voice and Technique are going to be blown up.
Harrian's picking up a nice double there. Now you have Psycho in your top right, Harrian's in your bottom right. Psycho on 19 points, Harrian on 22. Psycho takes that one away from him, both shooting the same target, but now Psycho looking straight down on Harrian's. He doesn't realize! Harrian's doesn't realize he was right on top of him, but he blocks them off. Now Harrian's has high ground control, but gets both of them as Psycho falls down. Harrian's not snoring there. He says, wake up, I've been up for a while. GG, ba 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 da da da. Harrian's great victory royale, up to 27 points, the top spot out of the semifinals. Can he do it today? That's the question. We're in NA West. The action doesn't stop. The games are going live. If you want to check it out in client, you can click that watch live tab, or you can pull up the leaderboards yourself, check out your favorite player, and, just get the matches going. Not sure how you'd be able to be in the client hearing me and not know the watch tab was there. Didn't quite think that one through. But now, Jay Lee, good stink, and then also takes that ball away. He says, no rotatos for you, as he boxes himself up, has his own baller, a stash of shields, bunch of stinks, and shadows, as well as zone priority.
Man, I'm still... Well, Mouse gets picked off there. I'm still reeling from that last game.
It was fantastic, but one thing I want to talk about, rather than going back to last game, just right there, you saw how it looked like he shot him through the stair. If a build is yellow, that indicates that there is a player or something currently phasing through it that is causing it to not complete building. This means that projectiles and other things will continue to pass through it until it gets built. Both the shots going through there. Well done from Jaylee. Now on board with phases.
Guys,
Jarvis,
everyone needs to support credit code Joe so we can get a custom
2
code.
points out of qualification. The controller lord out of the West ended up taking home the Fortnite Friday with Phase Tilt just this past weekend.
Come on, it's no
he
one.
add
I would be
a World Cup
doing it
qualification
right now.
spot to his resume? He desperately wants to, sitting right now on 25 points.
We're about to hit Storm Circle 6 as well. And again, another dense lobby, 41 players. We started on about 45, and it's been thinned out just a little bit here. Now look at this. We have to begin making rotations through Neil Tilted. Chef Shaba there going to be picked up by Jarvis, his 3rd elimination. And there's still 39 players left in this lobby that potentially could just be food for Jarvis. Look at this, man. Shoulder to shoulder, one by one. People separated by a single build. Jarvis, all right. I like the impulses to reposition, and he's going to be able to farm a little bit of wood there as well. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, impulses can be a little risky. Don't necessarily always know where you're going to land. But with all of these player-based structures over here, it gets him into the center of zone and allows him to spray shots back down the rest of the lobby, hitting a couple of tags there. You can see the Storm Surge warning on the right-hand side. 3 more players need to go down. Kicks does get converted over by the Storm. Jarvis now opting for the impulse play and catching himself on top of the builds. Immediately turns, saw that player, knows he's a tarp above or in shadow form now, drops the edit, and he's going to work back through the Burger Tower.
Okay, I like this too, because if you're using build, you expose yourself. Or you could not use a build and hide in a little corner here. This is what makes Neil Tilted so dangerous. We see players just all the way around. We're at 28 players. This lobby is going to continue to thin out because everyone is scrambling right now, trying to get themselves to safety. Jarvis, look at him though, still on effective HP. He's trying to hunt this player down. He wants his elimination. A flick shot comes out, nothing connects. Now he's got the bead on the player. He knows where this player is, and he's just trying to lock it up.
26 players left, and you also notice he kept ducking out into the storm, trying to catch that player, not covering his back, but was well enough. Gets directly on top of Pavo Anthony. You can run, but you can't hide. Jarvis is inevitable. He will find you, and that's a big swing for him now on an 8-point match. 5 elims and top 25, but Little takes out Wheels, another fantastic contender. We saw him and Jay, and Jarvis just pickaxe the ball out into the storm. That's going to be storm damage, and actually huge strat. If you are out of builds or have nothing to do against the ball or don't have a boogie, pickaxe it, send it out in the storm, and then just shoot it out. It's 10 damage that goes off there. If they think they're safe and they're not going to pop out, get the opportunity. However, it is risky. They can pop out and shoot you back. Most of the time, they do want to play passive. We've seen a couple of those go through. It's 900 IQ, but right now, Jarvis is trying to be 900 IQ. Gets pulled up into the rift. No shots coming out from everyone as the dives begin to go out. A number of umbrellas are pulled since we're at top 18. Players just want to stay in the lobby. Vinny gets
high ground. Yes, dive in. There you go. Connects with it. That was beautiful.
He needs to get back in the zone. Oh, he does. He finds a nice little pocket, and now he has that high ground priority, Zeke, like you just called out.
Someone goes with a challenge. It's Blixifier.
Ruined it.
And a dude just outside top 15.
That's so rough when you put in that much time, but he's going to be okay with that. Still a double-digit performance there out of Jarvis. Now Blixifier drops down onto a little girl trying to get out and over around the side. No, that's not who's playing. That's his name. As we check over into the mid-tarp, you've got World Cup Deuces trying to manifest that positive energy, doing everything he can. We've seen him in these lobbies before, but Barrow is trying to have a say about it. The duo qualifiers wanting a solo spot desperately, and Arkham trying to get one of those as Spicy gets picked up on the way down. Barely even a reaction. I didn't even see him there right out of the side, but Arkham gonna keep working down. Has the uncommon attack, knows the player in that baller right next to him. He does drop out. Can he create the distance? And he does. Deuce is still in as he gets Little. Twinkies picks up Spiky and Localism goes down, so we're closing in on the top 5. You see the trap on the ceiling. Arkham gets 2 tags and now needs to pickaxe his way through. He can't go that way. Knows there's a trap and he finds Jay Lee.
Navigating this building, the technical savvy, the ability to remain calm. Arkham, you are a legend. But look up top, though. Barrow, look, his HP is very low. He's got the RPGs, 3 left. He's going to start sending these rockets down to this mid-ground tarp. Deuces, Zed, Snipes, they're going to be all forced down toward Arkham. But look, we're going up on the side of this mountain. They need to make something happen. They need to, okay, they're just going to battle it out. Arkham here, the lowest HP, the rocket going to come in and protect himself.
He's in the zone. He's got it. That was sick. Arkham was so good. While Barrow had the high ground control, everyone funneled into Arkham, and he says, welcome, I'm the meat grinder on the bottom. Give me it all. Give me the elims. Give me the victory royale. And you know what? I'm going to try and get one of those qualification spots. Brilliantly done from Arkham. 1x there, closing it out with the victory royale and staying savvy. The rocket pressure from the high ground was immense. You're playing in the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifier Final. There's 2 spots on the line, and you cover yourself the entire time, just knowing you have the zone, knowing you have the pressure. That is intelligent game sense defined right there from the Week 2 duo qualifier. Desperately trying to find a spot as we now cross the halfway mark of the queue times on NA West.
Oh my gosh, we've just been treated to some of the most unbelievable Fortnite action. It's so, I'm so honored to just be here and to just get to hang out with you guys and cast these games. Again, another dense lobby, 49 people. And look where we are. This is the half in, half out circle we talk about all the time. That's circle number 5. Is Isekai Proverbs here trying to find more eliminations. He does have 2, which is pretty significant. Especially
Subscribe
we're
and
down to
like.
half of the lobby. He's just going to look to play maybe a little slow. Trying to isolate this player on the other side of this wall. The wall edit comes through. Does the ramp fall up? Nope. He picks up pavers there and some loot. If I didn't even see that.
Check your ceiling.
I didn't even see. I was like, he's going to walk in and get the loot. If that was me, I would be gone. That's it. I would have been eliminated. Actually, I wouldn't even be competing here because this is the finals, top 3,000 of the region. I would not have made it this far. But that was very Proverbs. Let's go, man. Great eyesight. It's like a hawk.
I'm not even going to ask you what your arena score is as we hop on board.
You know
here.
what my arena score is.
You see Saf there on the far left side. Karsten up top. Cheeks also putting some shots down towards him. You have Redux on the side. And right now, Proverbs is in that firing tunnel. And he says, nah, I'm good. Out of there. No thank you. Want nothing to do with that. Pops the last of his shadow bombs and gets all the way over into the priority side of the zone. Look in the bottom right-hand side. The whole lobby has to rotate past Proverbs. So what are they going to do? They're going to pressure him, saying, nah, you don't get to hold that spot for free.
And I mean, look at the health, man. Down to 29. If the lobby decides to turn on Proverbs, he's going to get picked off. He just needs to take a second
He'll be on in
bury
6
himself
hours.
down in these builds and start either looking for a siphon, get the meds, or the minis.
One thing else, too, want to call out. Mispronounced your name yesterday. You saw Code Cali there on the bottom. Another player who had a great day, but we're on board here with Twitch Maximo as he drops it into stand still. Stand still. Hello? Hello?
Okay, you missed the first.
Much appreciated. Trying to get 75 subs.
I don't know why he was trying to wiggle there and trying to be a little cheeky about it. He got
I'm no homo.
Sundown.
He should get this. The player's in the
Don't
storm.
you have-
We'll get the storm take over.
There it is.
But the question is,
have
how much does it
Queen's
cost him?
birthday
Because that
day
should have been free, and it should have given him the high ground control. So can he get that back? We're getting closer in to the top 25. Instead, just going to use the redeploy. He picked up and hop right over. Good bunny hop to maintain the momentum and continue going. Again, when we talk about bunny hop, spamming jump, when you're touching the ground, you can retain some of your momentum. But be careful. Might carry you off the
Oof,
map.
I got to go now. Bye.
Very not pretty. As we see here, Monique pushing over 34 players remaining, so still not at that first placement threshold.
Make sure to subscribe and like. Trying to get 75
getting
subs
picked
to
up
stream.
on the low ground by Lorelei there. Mo also in this
Epic.
match. S2
I'm
still
on
representing
my
on that
Ultra
West
account,
Coast. The
but you
friend
can
group who is all
add my
about
main
getting
account.
better at Fortnite, and they're representing
Epic is
hard here.
concept
Jaeyoung
dash
picks up
fits
evade mood, and we
dash
have our top
dash
25.
dash
Broster
fits
gets
dash
wow. FN right away.
I'm going to
Aether
support
goes
a
down
credit card,
as
so
well.
use
So
that
8
here
more
if
spots
you
as we
see
get the next one. And Broster
spaces.
now knows the player's not going to cover his 6. Drops right down on top of him. Hello? Moni? Hello? Open your ears up, man. He's right next to you, but well done there from Brogster. Not double jumping, being patient. That's what we talk about. Don't need to be sprinting next to him. Use those fast pace, but you've got to be keeping an eye out on those
Use
heartbeats.
code
No, it's incredibly
YOFITSY.
difficult. As we get closer to the second placement threshold, 17 players remaining, and the 7th zone is closing.
And of course, it wouldn't be a game if we weren't trying to traverse
Use it in item shop too.
Father
In
Mount.
item shop.
Thankfully, the storm goes in the completely opposite direction. It was just
And
a
if you
tease.
use it,
It
then
was
we
just
can
a joke.
do
But look down below.
custom
Rapid gets picked
matchmaking,
up.
so I
Hold
can host
45
some
there.
screens
Going to be going toe to toe
for
up
you
on the
guys.
high ground though. Lore here is going to be battling it out with Lore the second. Sup, Lore?
Lore, you're Lore. There we go. Top 10 here. Lore on the high ground.
All right, a bunch of players have fallen. We're now 7 players remain. Great shadow bomb to keep Lore here, just ensuring no fall damage is taken. Look at everyone else. They're deep within the builds. You've got 2 players down below that aren't building. They've got to be out of materials. Can Lore take advantage of the Broxer up on top? He still has them. But look at everyone down below. Everyone else is battling it out right now.
Yeah, we're into the top 5,
Lorelei,
top 4 now. Broxter top right on the high
World
ground.
Cup
He says, no, I don't
finals.
need high ground. Let's just join the fray down here. Only 1 tarp above.
nice.
Lorelei gets Mo and gets the match from it. There, Broxter gets I Am Charo. Lorelei has a shadow if he wants to try and retake. Zone is closing. Also has 75 to the 24 builds.
Come on,
But
Lorelei, you
Broxter
got 2
doesn't care.
minis.
Shoot first, ask questions later. Broxter putting pressure onto Lorelei. Knows the zone is there. Lorelei tries to dip out and around, but too
Broxter.
clever for your own good. Broxter, 5 elims and the victory royale. 15 points there to push him up to 32. That match was ridiculous, but for now, we're going to throw it back on over to Courage, who's in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, great energy from Zeke and Sundown. What you don't see behind the scenes is Zeke currently taking his shoes off, Got the socks out.
Honestly, he looks
good.
extremely relaxed.
He's looking real comfortable. The
Yeah.
energy's there. I
Great
like
show.
it. I respect it. I love hearing those two on the mic. Courage joined by Dr. Lupo as we catch up to speed on a few things going on while the NA West action unfolds. Obviously intense down to the wire in some of those games right there. Arkham with a big performance. We saw Jarvis with an unfortunate demise there in 16th place. But Ben, I know you've got some things you want to show us.
It's actually funny you mentioned both of those players, Jarvis. Harrians as well on that list, and Arkham to end it. We have a set of replays. We're going to look at all three players and what they've done thus far for NA West. Pretty crazy how fast-paced things happen in these games, and I think NA West is one. They don't shy away from, the pace of what we've seen from EU and NA East. Shots inside a box, awareness, very, very important at Fortnite. See, Harrians here, a number of plays repeatedly showing. He's got the awareness, the ability to build up, basically chasing his own rocket down in that clip right there to match a player elevation, shots from above, swap out the RPG, one of the most powerful weapons late game, especially when you have a swarm of players underneath. Repeated shots. Give
Please
me
emoji
a
smiling face
shotgun
with open mouth.
and an RPG in a high-skilled player's hands, and I guarantee you'll see a feed.
Right.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Matching height there,
that was
catching
nice.
Psycho on the rotation down, but like we said, Aaron's not the only player from NA West putting on a good show. Jarvis, you mentioned shots on the outside, peak shot on another player, getting third party, taking opportunities every time they have a chance. Very, very important that players are paying attention to who's around them and what exactly they're doing and maybe what other people are doing to them. Jarvis says the impulse over the top, flying away there. Get an escape. You got a landing on top of another baller player. Papo Anthony goes down and picks up a quick little set of loot. We've seen those kind of chases pretty often too. You have players that are flying through the air and they'll follow someone on a redeploy, or baller, the rift to go and landing literally inside the same box, taking ownership of it. You mentioned Arkham here. Patience is so key. We're in the top 5 at the very end here, and Arkham sitting on the ultimate low ground, waiting for players literally to drop in like that. Deuces goes down, another one, and Arkham's just going for a flick, looking for the next, finds a follow-up. Another one, back to back to back to back, and Arkham doesn't even need to climb his way out until the very last second, and even then, Barl goes down to himself.
Yeah.
The feed, Arkham took it over. NA West, just top-tier awareness, but still at 49 points, still in first place. Pika from WBG, but Harrians right here. We saw a ton of clips from him at the beginning of the set of replays there.
Yep.
Taking second place
Pika,
so far.
Pika, 3 games played, 3 wins. Thankfully for everyone else on this list, Pika already qualified. So because Pika's already qualified, it would be players in second and third if it would remain this same score line. We'll see if that happens, though, Dr. Lupo. So far, NA West looking great. Obviously, still some time to queue. So that being said,
Throw it back, Jack.
maybe send it back on over to our casters to keep the action going. Zeke and Sundown, take it away.
What the hell?
Thank you guys so much. Oh, did I cut you off? You want to do it? All right, let's pretend
Oh, no, that's fine. You can take it. That was cool. I didn't have my hand up or anything. It's fine. Too busy showing everyone how you're lounging.
Yeah, no, I feel...
Did you use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup?
I did.
I'll just
I did.
throw an RPG
Yeah,
for
so
everyone down there,
just for your context, in case you're just tuning in, Dr. Lupo and Courage JD decided to go ahead and call me out, expose me, say that I'm straight lounging right now. If you check Twitter, it's true.
Man.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's just Zeke low-key trying to plug his
Extra
Twitter
lucky.
there. Don't give him the
I didn't say
impression
anything.
he's mad about
Didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, nothing low-key about it. Indeed, as we're all here on board with Dexstar. 43 players left in the lobby, and it's about to crunch it down. And again, you saw the standings right before this. That was basically a who's who of who hasn't qualified yet in terms of the NA West side. Minus Pika, all of those other players have been so absurdly close. CJ, Harrians, Domo, all of them have been up on that board, and this is the last opportunity. Cannot stress that enough. The final 2 solo spots will be decided in this last block. If you want to be on the stage, you have to put up or shut up right now. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be regretting it. You're going to be feeling like you didn't accomplish it. But one other thing that I desperately have to state. Just because you don't qualify for New York City means you're a bad Fortnite player. Anytime you make it to Sunday in your region, you are in the very top percentile of the people who play this game. There are millions and tens of millions of people who have tried and played Fortnite. Don't get discouraged. You are incredibly good. You are among the best of the best. If you want to continue taking it seriously, there will be something to play for. It's not going anywhere. There's always going to be more Fortnite games to play, whether it's community events or other things. You can find ways to improve. You can go through, you can watch the VODs, you can pick yourself up, you can talk to another player, or similar to what the S2 guys did, find like-minded players, join one of those friend groups, ask players for advice, keep pushing yourself, because you're not going to get better by giving up. And hey, if you do want to give up and it's not for you, that's also okay. There are a ton of other games out there, and gaming is not just a singular thing. Games are fantastic, particularly with E3 going on, a bunch of new and fantastic titles out there that deserve to be celebrated. But right now, we're here playing Fortnite, trying to decide those final 2 spots, and Andrew picks up Uncle Iroh. That's the T right there.
I love every time you make that reference.
It's so good.
It is very, very good. These references are next level. Just to expand a tiny little baby bit on that, you know, we get it. We know it's a very difficult competition. We understand that, you know, it means the world to qualify, and if you don't, it feels like the weight of the world is just on top of you, and you doubt everything, your skill, your ability to play all these things. But we
Okay guys, I don't know the code yet, but I'll tell you. Wait, what? Oh, he's right here. Okay, I need a... Come on, it's not working, dog. Are you kidding me? Why is my internet stuffing up? I'm trying to do it on my phone. You better not start. Tyler Jacko.
Beyond Bowls, thank you for subscribing to me. Thank you for the subscription. Alright guys, we're gonna get this guy to 70 before we so I'm gonna do an exclamation mark aimbot. Click that link and make sure to subscribe, because when you if you subscribe to him, we're gonna get him to 70 before we start. Alright guys, gonna get him to 70. Which is one sub. Which is one, it's only one sub guys. Slot dude, and bro, we got someone with 1.3k doing my customs right now.
But if you know, everybody has to subscribe.
What's code is this Tyler voice so we get customers? Guys, click that channel link, guys, and make sure.
Hey, Slothu.
To subscribe, we're gonna get him to 70. I'll play with him right now. We just want to get him to 70, guys. He's on 69, please.
And then everybody else, you know, if you want it, you can subscribe.
That's all good, Slop, dude. That's all good, Slop, dude. Guys, just one more sub to Cryptic Emerald, please. Well, he's been listening to you for a long time now. He's gonna get him to 70. slow through, remember me. Bro, we got someone with luck with throw Kane. I might do.
No, it's not coming out for ages. Like another 2.
60. Tell me what the code is. Yeah, I think so. That's Fluffy. Everyone say hi, Fluffy, in chat.
Yeah.
How much subs am I on? 727. Jesus, we're gonna get to 750 easy, guys. Real African TTV, thank you for the subscription. Fluffy, can you host, please, for a piece? Make sure to, well, no one's looking like they're gonna sub to you right now. We'll get you to 70 later, guys. We'll start. Real African TTV, thank you for the
Yep,
subscription.
don't be long.
We'll start right now. We got 16 watching. Fluffy. So good.
I'm never.
Have fun hosting Sims. Let's have a good one. Yo, thanks for joining the stream, Fluffy. You're a legend. Kill a spawn, Tyler? Yeah, kill a spawn. Fluffy, can you host, please? You're a beast. Have fun hosting Sims. Have a good one. You too, my dude. You too. Tyler, what? I've been saying Tyler. It's T-Y-L-E-R. T-Y-L-E-R. Good night. Oh, tonight. I thought you said good night. Yeah, someone's sad. I'm gonna ban that guy, bro. It's exclamation mark code and calm your heart, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do the slur. Thank you so much, Ready for Bird.
Now we're gonna wait.
Code is Tyler.
Chance of hitting the zone, but then on the flip side, if it goes
Before you, like, yeah, these people are dropping Paradise legit, just saying. No more stream sniping.
and there's less threats there, so even if you do have to rotate away, most players aren't rotating all the way over there, as you can see Steelmat doing right now, and then turning about face. Sees all the players dropping down from the sky, and that was a slow redeploy. That's what I'm talking about. If you go to press space, as somebody knocks your ramp out from under you, you'll be stuck in that slow redeploy forever. But Steelmat opts not to punish that player, instead swaps targets onto gun deals and swats him out of the sky, swapping his name from Epic Whales Duo back to Steelmat so we can give him the credit where credit is due without undue confusion.
Dang it, you literally stole my joke.